Hi, Kaitlyn. First of all, I wanted to say that I'm really sorry to hear that your grandma is in the hospital. I hope that everything is okay and that she gets well soon. Thank you for your informative discussion post this week. You did a really nice job summarizing the Bruff versus North Mississippi Medical Center case. I did not choose this case for this week's discussion. However, I am familiar with this case. I did not realize that Sandra Bruff was an adolescent counselor when she first began. However, what I found interesting in my research on this case was that the EEOC initially decided that the medical center had discriminated against Bruff and originally awarded her significant back pay and money for punitive damages. In March 2001, the medical center appealed the decision, and the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit reversed the ruling. Even though the court supports that employees must make reasonable accommodations for employees' religious beliefs, they found Bruff too inflexible. She did not mention concerns during her initial interview process, assumed she could refer all conflicting views, refused the medical center's accommodation attempts, and her colleagues' workload would have been disproportionate, causing the company hardship. By Bruff refusing to treat individuals in same-sex relationships or referring Doe to another counselor, this can be seen as discrimination. This case showed that an employer can terminate employment and the counselor could face malpractice lawsuits. Priest and Wickel 2011 suggest that Bruff felt her values were threatened and was attempting to get Jane Doe to see her perspective or refuse to offer services. Although professional guidelines frown upon values imposition and conversion, specific guidelines in values conflicts remain limited. Even if Bruff may not support a same-sex relationship, she could have mitigated this by using a microscopic lens to understand and support the motivation to maintain a meaningful relationship. This could have helped Bruff and can help counselors change their narrative and discover the underlying similarities of seemingly opposing values and how they will influence that specific person's therapeutic process. I agree with you that this case impacts our practice by asking us to keep in mind our own personal bias, how it could influence our practice, and to do our best to not let it influence. You are right that things are constantly changing within the LGBTQ community and are influenced by so many things like world events, national events, changing policies and laws, and changes within the LGBTQ community themselves every day. Therefore, the best thing we can do is make sure that we are up to date with what is going on in the world, how it is impacting the community, and things changing within the community. This way, we can find best practice techniques and theories that work best with each individual client, considering their entire background, culture, ethnicity, gender identity, beliefs, and values. Thank you again for sharing your thoughts this week. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.